Guys, today I am bringing you this 5 types of sport bike riders. First one, number 1, being the total squid. There are 2 types of squids. There's one, the new guy. The new guy is just unaware of like the whole bike life community. He's in certain situations he's not very good, and that's just because he's lack of experience. And then you get the experienced squid. This guy is usually the guy in tank tops. Woo! This dude is usually in tank tops, shorts, just shoes, doesn't wear any kind of gear. Lucky to find a helmet. Here in Ohio, after a year you don't have to wear a helmet. And we get a bunch of those people just riding around. It's kind of frustrating actually to see. But anyways, the experienced squid doesn't really care what's going on around him, only cares about himself almost, which is understandable. You gotta fend for yourself out here sometimes because these cars have no idea where they're driving most of the time. But anyways, these guys are usually the ones that make sport bike riders look like douchebags, and it gives us a very bad name. Usually they're like zipping through traffic and just cutting people off, going well above the speed limit, and it's very dangerous for them and also everyone is surrounding them. Number two, this guy is a guy who is the twisty guy. The twisty guy is the guy that, oh, this dude is scared. Back tire skid something. But anyways, the twisty guy is the guy that you'll find in the twisties the entire time. If you don't know what twisties are, it's the twisty roads. I myself am one of these guys that like to be in the twisty roads. But they're not there for the top speed like how majority of sports bike riders are. Like, oh, my bike can hit this speed, my bike can hit that speed. I could care less how fast you can go in the straight line. I want to go around a corner going 80, 90 miles an hour when it's suggested like 40. Something like that. Twisty guys aren't really made for top speed. They could care less for top speed. They would rather go quick in the twisty roads and try to drag their knee through corners. And then for the third guy, you get the track guy. Usually you can't really find the track guys anywhere because they usually try and stay off the main roads. You get that famous quote, oh, once you go track, you won't want to ride on the roads at all anymore, which is understandable. So these track guys are the guys that usually sit back and they just watch people like numbers 1 and 2 and pretty much just laugh at them because they kind of have no sense of what they're actually really talking about. They're kind of like the all high power, like know everything and do everything correctly. And I don't blame them because they spend lots of money to go and ride and be professionally trained at how to take corners and straightaways and brake. These guys are literally the guys who will go out and do 180 down a straightaway and then slam on their brakes and then take a corner much quicker than the average rider, which is awesome. But these guys usually are made a kind of money because track days are not cheap. You need usually new tires. Right there, $500 almost. You need a decent running bike, which you should have one if you're riding. You shouldn't ride on a crappy bike anyways. And then you need gear. You need full gloves, like full gauntlet gloves, a leather suit, either a 1-piece or 2-piece. Some places accept 2 pieces. I myself have a 2-piece. Then you need boots. You need boots like that cover the ankle. Then we come to number 4. It's kind of like number 1, but it's the new guy. the new guy, which is kind of cool to see and kind of cute, to be honest, because it kind of reminds you like where you came from, you know, like they're there and like they're usually kind of scared of everything. They ride in the back and then they're kind of scared to actually try to keep up. They won't really hit the higher speeds that you want to, like in the group rides. They usually kind of chill back and it's like, nope, I'm not doing that. And then they come up and tell you that you're crazy after the ride or something like that. But yeah, very similar to the squid with experience, not knowing and being aware of your surroundings. The number 5, you get the old guy. Now these guys are the rare ones. They usually come up every now and then. These guys are like the usually 50, well, like 40s, 50s, and 60s. These guys have usually a ton of experience. And they've been riding for years. They've pretty much have seen everything that you can think of. And they've pretty much done everything that you can think of. It's rare when you come and find these people, but they're really great people. And they have so many freaking stories to tell you of like their experience. And it's just, honestly, you need to sit down with them and like actually like talk to them about like bike life and like how much bike life has actually changed over the years and with the technology, and how like riding has drastically has changed and gotten better or worse in some cases, or just like experiences with traffic and stuff. But anyways, these guys, there's one time I was down in the Smoky Mountains. I saw a CBR 600 and an R6 roll up, full leathers, like fully geared, like track ready. And then they come to the little pull-offs where I was at, and these people was an old couple. Dude took off his helmet and this dude was literally 70 years old. And he had his wife with him. And it was literally the coolest thing I've ever seen. Like, this dude is like who I want to be when I like get old and whatnot. But yeah. And then he like came over and we talked for a good like 30 minutes about just like bikes and like how he thought my CBR was an RC51 and stuff, and back when I had my F4i. But yeah, that like it's really freaking cool to see. But yeah, there's our top 5 sports bikers you will most likely meet while riding. You got number 1 as the Squid, number 2 as the Twisty guy, and then you got number 3, who is the Track guy, and number 4 as the new guy, and number 5 for the final, the old guy. The old guy is kind of cool to see, actually. So hopefully you liked my video, and more to come. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.
Don't stop believing.